You've sat in a room full of people who love you and still felt like a stranger. You leave the party early and tell yourself you're tired, but you're not tired. You're just done performing, done laughing at the right moments, done translating yourself into something easier for the room to digest. The drive home is quiet, and for a second, just a second, it feels like relief. Then your phone buzzes, a photo from the group. Everyone's still there, still laughing, and something in you twists in a way you can't quite name. Not jealousy, not loneliness exactly, something older than that. You lie awake wondering if there's something wrong with you. Why crowds drain you, why you think better in silence, why the version of you that shows up in a room full of people feels like a costume, and you're always slightly too tired to wear it. Everyone around you seems to need people the way they need air, and you just need quiet. And the question that follows you everywhere, the one nobody ever gives you a real answer to, is this: is your solitude a gift? Or is it just a wound you've learned to dress up as one? That question has been answered, not in words, not in a book, in 36 million years of behavior. The bald eagle. It doesn't travel in flocks. It doesn't roost in colonies. It doesn't hunt in packs, wait for the group's approval, or circle its decisions through a committee of peers. It flies alone, hunts alone, makes decisions at 160 kilometers per hour alone, over terrain that humans can't even reach on foot. And here's the fact that almost nobody knows. The bald eagle can go weeks without food, and it doesn't panic, it doesn't scramble, it doesn't look for a flock to borrow from, it simply waits, alone, until the moment is exactly right. Its eyes resolve detail 4 to 8 times sharper than a human's, not because it needs more help seeing, but because it was built to see everything before anyone else does. Its wingspan reaches 2.3 meters. Its talons exert 400 pounds of force per square inch, enough to stop prey dead mid-air. This animal was not built for the crowd, it was built for the altitude. And here's what almost everyone gets wrong when they look at a soaring eagle and think, lonely. The eagle isn't lonely. The eagle is clear. It knows 5 things, earned across millions of years, that no philosophy book, no therapist, and no self-help system has ever been able to teach as cleanly. Eagles rarely fly below 300 meters during their solitary hunts. They use thermal columns, invisible rising currents of warm air, to climb without effort, sometimes reaching 3,000 meters above the ground. From that altitude, the eagle can see a field mouse hidden in tall grass from over 1.5 kilometers away, not because it has better luck than other birds, because it chose the height that made vision possible. The same ground that looks like chaos at 10 meters becomes a readable map at 3,000. Could that precision, that architectural clarity of purpose, be accidental? Or does it look more like something designed to work exactly this way? You know this feeling. The moment you step back from the noise, the group chat, the news cycle, the opinions of people who haven't thought deeply about anything in years, and something in your mind goes quiet and sharp. That's not antisocial, that's altitude. The people around you who seem to thrive in constant noise are flying low. Low is easier, low feels warmer, but low is where you can't see what's coming. When was the last time you chose altitude, not to escape, but to see? But altitude alone is worthless if you can't use the silence it gives you. Before an eagle dives, it can remain motionless in a thermal current for up to 15 minutes, holding its position, reading the terrain below, processing wind speed, angle, and prey behavior simultaneously. 15 minutes of absolute stillness before a decision made at 160 kilometers per hour. The dive lasts less than 3 seconds. The preparation took 300 times longer than the action. And the bald eagle's hunting success rate, between 70 and 90%, one of the highest in the animal kingdom. We live in a culture that mistakes speed for intelligence, that reads hesitation as weakness, that fills every silence with something, a post, an opinion, a reaction, as if the stillness itself were the threat. The eagle knows what Seneca tried to tell us 2,000 years ago. The one who lives in stillness is not the one who avoids the world, but the one who has stopped being controlled by its noise. Your best decisions have probably never come from the loudest moment of your life. They came from afterward, from the drive home, from the walk at dawn, From the morning you finally let the silence be long enough to say something back. What decision are you making in noise right now? That deserves 15 minutes of stillness. Now, what the eagle does with its bonds is going to make you rethink everything you've been told about loneliness. Wait. Before this next one, I need you to hear it differently. Because this isn't about being alone, this is about what connection actually means when you stop confusing volume for depth. Eagles are not social animals, but they are not hermits either. They form monogamous pairs, one bond sustained for life. Sometimes 20 to 30 years. They return to the same nest each year, adding to it, reinforcing it, building it stronger. Some eagle nests, built and rebuilt by the same pair across decades, weigh over a ton. A ton, one nest, one bond, built slowly, chosen carefully, returned to for decades. The eagle doesn't scatter its loyalty. It doesn't collect relationships the way we collect followers. It invests everything. One place, one partner, one home, and builds something that outlasts it. Somewhere along the way, you were taught that the more people you know, the richer you are. That a full calendar means a full life. That the person with the most connections wins. But you've probably noticed something: the bigger the crowd, the shallower the water. The people who feel most alone are often surrounded by people they never chose, performing a version of themselves that was never real. The eagle doesn't need the flock. It needs the one. One person who sees you from altitude. One space where you don't have to translate yourself. If you have that, even once, even imperfectly, you are not alone. You are selected. But none of this, not the altitude, not the stillness, not the bond, prepares you for what the eagle does when the sky turns dark. When a storm approaches, most birds find shelter. Eagles do the opposite. They fly into the wind, using the storm's own updraft to rise above the clouds. They don't fight the storm. They let it carry them to an altitude they couldn't reach alone. The same force that breaks branches and grounds every other bird, the eagle uses it to climb. Think about the hardest period of your life. Not the one you talk about at parties, the real one. The one that lasted longer than it should have. The one you were too ashamed to fully explain to anyone. Something happened in that storm. Not to you, for you. A clarity. A shedding of things that were never yours to carry. A version of yourself that only showed up because everything comfortable had been taken away. The Stoics called this amor fati, the love of fate. Not resignation. Not toxic positivity. The recognition that the storm was not a detour from your path. It was the updraft. What would change if you stopped trying to land before the storm passes and used it to rise instead? The last lesson is the one humans resist most, because it requires you to lose something before you can become what you were always meant to be. There is a story told across many cultures. Around 40 years of age, the eagle retreats alone to a mountain ledge. Its talons have grown too curved to grip, its beak too bent to hunt, its feathers too heavy to fly. And so, alone, it strikes its beak against the rock until it breaks off and grows back stronger. It tears out its own talons, it plucks its own feathers, and it waits. For 150 days it rebuilds. Now, this specific account is a legend, not ornithology. Real eagles don't perform this exact ritual. But here's what is real. Eagles go through a partial molt every single year, shedding old feathers to grow stronger ones. The renewal is built in. The body was designed to release what no longer serves it. And the story persists across every culture, not because eagles literally do this, but because something in it is true. Something in the human soul recognizes it. What it recognizes is this: becoming who you are required you to lose something first. You've already done this, probably more than once. There was a version of you that was too heavy to fly, too bent to grip what mattered, and something broke. A relationship, a belief, a version of yourself you'd been carrying long after it stopped fitting. And you waited, and it hurt. And nobody who wasn't in that silence with you could fully understand it. And then, slowly, something new came back. The eagle doesn't apologize for the molt. It doesn't explain why it disappeared. It simply returns. Different, lighter, sharper. What are you still carrying? That was supposed to break off 2 years ago. These aren't 5 lessons, they're 1. Every behavior the eagle lives by, flying alone, waiting in stillness, choosing one bond over many, rising through the storm, shedding what's heavy, is the same act from a different angle. It's the act of trusting your own design. The eagle doesn't fly alone because it was rejected. It flies alone because it was built for altitudes that most birds were never meant to reach. Its solitude is not a compensation for what it lacks. It is the expression of what it is. And here's what that means for you. Every year you call your solitude a wound instead of a compass. You lose 1 more year of flying at the altitude you were built for. What if your need for silence isn't a flaw, but a function? What if the solitude that has followed you your whole life isn't something to be fixed, but something to be understood? The precision of this animal, the aerodynamics, the vision, the bond structure, the storm response, the renewal, this is not the result of random chance. Systems this coherent don't assemble themselves. If this was designed, and it was, then ask yourself, designed by whom, and designed for what? If the eagle was designed for altitude, what were you designed for? Somewhere above the clouds right now, an eagle is flying. Not running from something, not chasing anything, just there. Quiet, clear, exactly where it was meant to be.